Hello friend, my name is Zasindra and today I'm going to continue playing for you Uncommon Time by Pharaoh Phoenix. Now last time we were Baby Arietta and then we were not so Baby Arietta with Altair and we are looking for cat reeds? Something like that? Cattail reeds? Yes. So we are adventuring. Oh. See. Got a triple sharp. Yay! We got 3 of them. I wonder if there's stuff behind... Nah, I should look. There's nothing over here. Darn. I had such high hopes. Those things are still creepy. Shoo. So, we're getting a little insight into Arietta's life. Before... I guess before, during, and, maybe after the world tuning, I don't know. We'll find out. And a little bit about Lord Altair before all of the things. Okay, there's nothing. Fine. Ooh, there's a sparkly one. Cat gas located. Still, places like this that are close to spirits' dwellings have totally different magical landscapes from human inhabited ones. How should I put it? It seems healthier here, somehow. Oh, you can't tell. Not many people are able to. I'm kind of impressed. Is it just because there's more mana left in the land, or is it something about there being spirits here specifically? It's probably something like that, but extrapolating cause and effect is a pain because it's so interrelated. For our sake, I hope it's not that the spirits have to be around for the Earth to be healthy, or else most of the heavily populated places worldwide are all screwed. I wonder if at least we could develop alternate technology. Wouldn't there be some hope of integration? Maybe someday in the very distant future. But as it is now, I get the feeling humanity's dug its own grave, and now they've got to lie in it. Even the young kids like Luminoso are really shy around humans. A lot of the adults probably don't even feel safe around me. It's a complicated problem. Well, if we can keep the planet from freezing over, that's a start. If we're dead, there's obviously nothing we can do anymore. That's very true. Shall we keep going? Sure. Alright. Basically, if this doesn't work, we are fucked. Or, it's very possible that we would be fucked. I don't know, we'll probably make it. So, considering that the world exists in Alto's time. Hey look, it's a healing circle. Perhaps there might be a boss ahead of us. I wonder what boss it'll be. Let's find out. Oh, it's a fucking dragon. Amazing. Gah, there's something annoying in the way. I'm not familiar with that kind of monster. I wonder if it's rare. It's a fucking dragon! Not really sure, don't really care. But the way wild animals are these days, I'd happily bet you lunch that we're not getting through here without a fight. I wouldn't be so presumptuous as to bet against you. What do you want to do? Shall we turn back? Turn back? And here I thought we were out here to get some exercise. As you wish, Miss Cantabile. You can call me by my first name if you want. Oh, that's alright with you? Then, Arietta. It's a lovely name. My, you are a gentleman. The dragon's pissed off. What's your problem? Can't you just be patient and let us have a moment? Well, fine. We'll just have to take care of you first. really like Arietta's special attack pictures. Also, Altair's cape is really pretty. That takes care of that. You really are strong. I don't think your magic is something to sneeze at either, you know. But your magic, bowing, isn't it? And the way you fight. All of your technique is self-developed, isn't it? I've just improved on the techniques that I was taught through research and trial and error. I really do think that you're impressive. Haha. People keep saying things like that, but it just felt like the natural thing to do. The Cantabile family were archeteers before we were ennobled, and I learned fencing when I was little, so once I'd thought up converted bows, I just had to come up with ways to emphasize slashing over piercing. And my magic, too. School did shape my understanding of applying magic, but the only limits on my abilities have been my imagination, my mana capacity, and how far I can push my body. I can understand that a little. I didn't skip as many years of school as you, but I did skip quite a few. It's just that my aptitudes are different from yours. I don't really understand what normal is. I mean, I know it's a relative term, and that it's a word that doesn't apply to me, but this is just the way things are for me, so it's harder for me to understand how a normal person sees the world. I see. I'm sorry, I said something insensitive, didn't I? You're weird. I mean, you're an adult, but you go around and actually apologize for things. I may not understand normality, but I know how rare adults who say they're sorry are. I'm not entirely sure how to react to being told that, to be honest. I don't remember if this is actually the right voice or yet now that I think about it. Why not just be happy? I'm complimenting you, I hope you realize. It's very refreshing. I like my fellow weird people. All right, I'll obediently be flattered then. Now, come on, let's get that last cat grass sample. Okay, actually, go down a little bit and heal all of our dooblies. Yay. And off to cat grass. Oh. Well, that's not as hard as I thought it was going to be to find. Here it is. There, wasn't that a fun errand? I don't know about the monsters, but I enjoyed the walk and the conversation. I'm a little sad that we'll have to go back to work, but research is important too. You play the piano, right? Yes, I do, but... Oh, have I gotten too far ahead of myself? Well, I play the viola, so next time that we have spare time, we should play together. That's what I wanted to say. Yes, I play the piano, and that sounds like it would be fun. I would love to hear you play. It would be interesting for us to each find some duets to surprise each other with. Oh, you were thinking the same thing as me after all. That makes me kind of happy. Altair bonheur. I like you. Let's be friends. I would be honored. Aww, he's so cute. I really don't remember if that was her voice. Whoops. That was the beginning. Altair was the first true peer I'd ever had who was also human. It was a surprise having someone other than the spirits who could interact with me on my own level. So in that sense, it was natural for us to become closer. He was laid back and kind, and didn't lose his patience like me, and he made me laugh. Looking back on it, I'm not even sure when my feelings of friendship turned into and then into love. It wasn't that I stopped having the bad days. It wasn't that having one person I was close to made up for the isolation. But, all the same, I wouldn't have been so optimistic otherwise. It was taking years to build Metronome Tower, and we were plagued with internal and external problems all the while. But I was confident that as soon as we were done, that would be the solution to everything. And that day, and the day that I performed the great working that would synchronize the tower with the tuners, oh gosh, I learned how complacent I'd been. There's fire everywhere. I have to help whoever I can. Okay. Hey, can you hear me? There's no response. They don't seem to be breathing. Hey, can you hear me? No response. They don't seem to be breathing. Alright. No one. What? Oh, fuck off. We've got more important things to do. There's no response. They don't seem to be breathing. Wait, were they all like that? This one's a kid, too. Boy. Is everybody dead? Is this the metronome disasters? Or part of them? Because I thought it said something else. I thought it was an earthquake. That's what Aubrey said. That killed their parents. Go away, I don't care. Shoot. Alright, let's go down and see what else we got. This is really... Okay, that's clearly a thing. Go away. They clearly don't want us going to that side, or that side. There's 3 dead people over there. Great. Arietta, what did you do? Makes you wonder, like, or makes you think how, actually I was talking about this with, the people that I volunteer for at the library. One of them went to a civil rights, museum over the weekend and was talking about how, everything seemed like there's so much more that you can learn than just from school. Oh no. And I was thinking, like, you know, reading, at least in the school, and reading textbooks and stuff like that, they'll list, like, body counts and stuff like that, but you never really understand what they went through. The people who were, like, Holocaust survivors or civil rights movement leaders and people, like, everyone there was a person, you know? And now they're just numbers half the time, or names that have been elevated to greatness because they fought for what they believed was right. And it's very strange thinking about how they were real people, you know? But anyway, no way. Stop it. You can't be here. Why are you doing this to me? This isn't real. This isn't how it was, so just... Oh, okay. Another dream, huh? Poor Arietta. Because a lot of those dreams came true as well, I bet. Maybe not the fire and the death of Altair, but it was the first time I'd ever failed at anything, let alone so spectacularly. But I had been arrogant. I'd come to take my own genius for granted, and despite what I knew full well was wrong with my subconscious mind, I failed to consider the effect that would have. And so there was the earthquake and the fire, and people died. Oh, many, many people. I knew I had to get things sorted out with myself before I did any more meddling. Between the world I wanted to save and the world I wanted to destroy. The land around Bel Canto needed time to heal, and Altair had the orphans he took in to care for. So I asked him and Luminoso to help me make a space to think. That was uncommon time. After that, after I finally was sure that I was doing what I wanted and wouldn't regret it, after I finally convinced myself that it wasn't my own fault I was alive, I thought that everything would be smooth sailing. You know, if Arietta talked to Aubrey about that kind of thing, that would have probably helped Aubrey a lot, about that it wasn't their fault for being alive still, even though their parents died in the disasters. The tower was built, after all. I knew what I wanted to accomplish. All I had to do was complete the ritual itself. That was all, but... I'm sorry to make you come all this way all the time. No, don't worry about it. I mean, I can hardly expect you to leave the kids alone for longer than absolutely necessary. This is the same conversation that Aubrey heard, I'm pretty sure, unless they say this several times. And I like to come out here. It's easier to meet with the spirits from here, and it's not as much of a mess as Bel Canto. Even so, I feel like the older generations ought to be taking a more active role instead of letting you do everything. I want to help you more. But you are helping. You have no idea how frustrating it is to try to explain all these things to people who don't even make an effort to understand. The spirits are better about it, but that's because they think more like I do anyway. But you're always willing to meet me halfway, even if you don't get where I'm coming from. I wouldn't have made it this far without that. I want you to know that you always have a place to stay here, whenever you need it. Oh, are you trying to adopt me too now? That's not... I'm sorry, I'm just teasing. There are a lot of reasons I prefer to have you see me as an adult after all. I'm glad you're an adult, truly. It was a little awkward when we first met, having a child as my first and only true peer. I was worried about being a corrupting influence. When really you need to worry about my corrupting you. Stay the night. I know you stay away to keep things from being awkward with the children, but I do miss you. All right, there's plenty of work that I want to consult you on, if we need an excuse. Once the children are in bed, we can go up to the observatory for a bit. Does that mean you're going to lecture stars at me and I get to try to distract you? If that's what you want. Oh, but more importantly, I'm going back to the tower tomorrow. I think I've solved all the remaining problems, so it's sure to work this time. If you can spare the time, you should come too. I want you to be there. I'll see if I can. I do worry. I can take care of myself, you know. I've got this. I know. You're a lot more capable than I am. It's just that when you're trying to handle something so big by yourself, I can't help it. Well, yes, you should worry. After my overwhelming success tomorrow, I'm leaving all the celebration planning to you. Well, if it comes to that, I will try not to disappoint. The two of us can do it. In multiple ways. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Arietta. That's not good. Not good, not good. Why isn't it working? All the problems with the tower are fixed. The meditation on common time went perfectly well. I've done everything I can think of to reduce the strain on myself, but it just won't work. Aww. Take it easy. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I'm fine now. Why does this always happen? You're so angry. This has never happened to me before in my entire life. Of course I'm mad. Sometimes life is just like that. We all have limits as to what we can and can't do, so everyone will eventually run into a wall they can't get over. It's just the way things are. You're saying that so reasonably, but I don't like it. First of all, is that really something that people on our level ought to be saying so casually? You certainly have me there. Even with the metronome disasters, as soon as we figured out what the problem was, I was able to fix it right away. So why is this not working out how I want it? I don't understand. If you think about it another way, this might be a good learning experience for you. I think we should be more concerned about the fate of the world than my need to build character. At any rate, as long as you think you're up to it, why not go take a walk? Sitting and lamenting being stuck isn't going to help much either. You're probably right about that. And who knows, you might get inspired. That would be nice if it came true. Anyway, I'm going to head out then. I'll be back if it starts getting too cold or if I get bored. Alright, have a nice time. I guess I'll go around to the garden and back, which is something you should look forward to next time. Or for next time. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.